From the city of brotherly love, where the Democrats kicked off their national party convention, the heat outside this hall matched the palpable burn in this arena tonight. It was a day that began with chaos and division, but ended with Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton's main rival, Bernie Sanders, stemming the tide of turmoil, calling for unity against Republican opponent Donald Trump. Tonight, on this, the first night of the Democratic National Convention, one First Lady making the case for another, like no one has before.
I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves. And I watch my daughters, two beautiful, intelligent black young women, playing with their dogs on the White House lawn.
An emotional plea, tearing up as she described her journey.
And because of Hillary Clinton, my daughters and all our sons and daughters now take for granted that a woman can be president of the United States.
Hillary, she says, is the leader we need for our children.
In this election and every election is about who will have the power to shape our children for the next 4 or 8 years of their lives.
Taking a straight shot at Donald Trump.
When someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
Her words uniting the crowd in a standing ovation. After a fractious opening day, as an email scandal at the DNC showed that operatives there worked to undermine the Sanders campaign. But amid the controversy, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton's former rival, took the stage to a hero's welcome.
Thank you.
Thanking his supporters for their loyalty, then pledging to continue the revolution.
It is no secret that Hillary Clinton and I disagree on a number of issues. That is what this campaign has been about. That is what democracy is about.
But Sanders redirecting his supporters to focus their passion instead on defeating Donald Trump.
If you don't believe that this election is important, if you think you can sit it out, take a moment to think about the Supreme Court justices that Donald Trump would nominate. This election is not about and has never been about Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump or Bernie Sanders or any of the other candidates who sought the presidency, but the struggle of the people to create a government which represents all of us and not just the 1%.
And finally, the moment the Clinton camp had been waiting for.
Hillary Clinton must become the next president of the United States.
Sanders' speech, the culmination of a rousing first night at the convention, with music stars like Demi Lovato and Paul Simon.
Like a bridge over troubled water.
And a powerhouse slate of political heavy hitters like Elizabeth Warren, wasting no time ripping into the GOP nominee.
A man who cares only for himself.
She's been one of the party's most effective attack dogs against Donald Trump.
Last week, Donald Trump spoke for more than an hour on the biggest stage he's ever had. But other than talking about building a stupid wall, which will never get built, other than that wall, did you hear any actual ideas?
But there were real fears that Sanders supporters would disrupt the convention. The tension of the day perhaps diffused by laughter, courtesy of Senator Al Franken and comedian Sarah Silverman.
I'm Senator Al Franken, and this past year, I've been #I'm with her.
And I'm Sarah Silverman, and this past year, I've been feeling the burn. Relax, I put some cream on it.
Silverman, a vocal Sanders supporter, made a compelling case for Democrats to join Team Hillary.
Hillary is our Democratic nominee, and I will proudly vote for her.
Also dishing out some tough love.
To the Bernie or bust people, you're being ridiculous.
Earlier today, pro-Bernie anger spilling out onto the streets of Philadelphia. At a raucous meeting with his delegates, the crowd booing when he told them to vote for Hillary Clinton.
We have got to elect Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine.
Their bitterness from the primary was exacerbated after WikiLeaks released nearly 20,000 internal emails hacked from the DNC server. In some, high-ranking officials appear to mock Sanders, seeming to conspire against his campaign. One message from a DNC staffer even proposed using Sanders' faith against him, writing, "My Southern Baptist peeps would draw a big difference between a Jew and an atheist." This was supposed to be the moment of party unity. What is going on?
This is the opposite of party unity. This is exactly the start you don't want if you're Hillary Clinton.
Throughout the primary, Sanders and his supporters accused the Democratic National Committee of working against them.
When we talk about a rigged system, it's also important to understand how the Democratic Convention works.
How angry are the Bernie supporters about what's in those emails?
That lit a fuse on a powder keg. They were finally getting to a point where they were almost united, and then this blew up.
And while Clinton won both the primary battle in both total votes and pledged delegates, the email leak is reigniting the residual anger that many Sanders supporters still feel.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
The day was all about damage control. DNC chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz announcing that she'd resign after the convention. But after being heckled and booed by her own Florida delegates, the Congresswoman giving up her slot to gavel in the convention, saying she wanted it to start out on a positive note. But that wasn't enough to appease wrathful Bernie supporters.
I can't support her.
You
can't support Hillary Clinton?
You know what, sir, I can't say right now for the risk.
It's going to be very hard to support her.
Some even repeating the anti-Hillary slogan heard at the Republican convention, "Lock her up."
Lock her up. Lock her up.
National security officials believe Russian operatives hacked into the DNC server.
This absolutely was not an amateur operation.
And passed their emails on to WikiLeaks in an attempt to influence the elections. The Republican nominee on the campaign trail today mocking the disarray among Democrats.
She just got fired. They said, "Debbie, you're fired. Get out, Debbie. Out. Boom."
His attacks may soon have an impact. Polls out today show Donald Trump is benefiting from a convention bounce, tied in one national poll and leading Clinton by 3 points in another. Like the Republicans, day one for the Democrats had moments of chaos. As the night came to a close, the message of party unity and goodwill seemed to be shining through.
Hillary Clinton will make an outstanding president, and I am proud to stand with her tonight. Thank you all very much.